Yeah, so this was a story that came out in December. A police officer, whilst going past the house of a Mr. and Mrs. Edwards who lived in Milford Haven, spotted this red naval shell in their garden. And concerned about it, the officer called up the bomb squad. And the story behind it was, over 100 years before this, naval warships used to drop anchor in the nearby bay and use the sands for target practice. And after one of these practices, the man who owned the house at the time, Mr. Morris, who used to go around the neighborhood with his horse and cart selling lemonade, he came across this explosive at the beach and assumed that it was just a dummy and had no charge. And so he hefted it onto the back of his horse and cart and gave it a very bouncy 7-mile ride back home, thinking that it would make a very nice and unique garden ornament. And so it stayed in that garden as an ornament for over 100 years. However, when the bomb disposal unit turned up and examined it, they found that it wasn't a dummy at all and that it was still a live bomb. And so they took it off to a disused quarry and they covered it with 5 tons of sand and they blew it up. And the thing that amused me most about the story was that Mrs. Edwards afterwards reflected on the fact that she had had a live bomb in her garden, said that occasionally she used to bang her trowel against it to get the dirt off after doing some gardening. So all those years, she had no idea of the danger that she had been in. Now, in a very different way, could you be someone who has no real idea of the danger that you are in? And not in relation to garden ornaments, but in relation to God. But one day, God is going to judge the whole of humanity. One day, each one of us is going to stand before our Creator and our Maker. And no one can avoid it, no one can get out of it, no one can escape it. And each of us is going to have to give an account of every single thing that we've ever said or thought and done. Imagine that. And so before that judgment day comes, it is vital that we are reconciled to God. So if you're not ready for the day of judgment, if you haven't yet been reconciled to God, if you're not yet ready for that day, what do you need to do? You need to seek the Lord. You need to seek the Lord. You need to seek the Lord.